Good morning. Hope you guys can find me here on Facebook Live. Happy Sleep-In Saturday of the Sleep-In 2023. I hope you guys had a wonderful first night of the Sleep-In and that you slept well. I'm going to try to make sure that I can see the comments on this video. As you guys join, please send me a hello in the comments. Whoops. I'm going to try to see that I can send me a hello in the comment. All right. There we go. So now I should be able to see comments. So I hope you had a great first night of the Sleep-In and that you're feeling good this morning. I'm a little tired still. It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. And I'm on brand. I don't know how you guys are, if you guys got your Sleep-In gear. It's been really fun to see all of your photos and videos on Instagram, especially. So thank you for all of your Sleep-In spirit and all of your fundraising. Oh, hey there. Hi, Esperanza. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited to talk a little bit about art journaling today. And it's just been something that's been really meaningful to me that I haven't really talked that much about. So definitely excited. And I hope you guys have your art supplies ready, maybe some coffee or tea as well. Get comfy. I like to art journal in some place where I have a lot of space because I like to spread out. I like to spread out all my stuff. Hey, Lindy Lou, good morning. Lindy Lou is one of my favorite creative people. She's very creative. So I imagine you have some good tips too, Lindy Lou, for creative journaling and all that kind of good stuff. Hey, Project Sleep. So I did put together a few quick slides about art journaling, and then, just really want to get everybody activated as soon as possible. And it's supposed to be interactive and get a workshop going. So I guess the first thing that usually you can do is if you have any old magazines, while I go through the slides, if you want to start going through your old magazines and picking out pictures or words that you might like to tear out. That can be something that you can get started on as I go through the slides. All right, let me pull up those slides really quick. Find the Zoom. More share screen. Okay. All right. So, well, I meant to change. What is art journaling? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of art journaling before. I found out about it at a yoga studio in Washington, D.C. I guess it's over 10 years ago now. I was going through a really tough year. My dad had passed away and I didn't have a job. I was looking for a job. I didn't have a lot of money. It was a really, really challenging time. And I belonged to this great yoga studio where I would go to do yoga. It was a big part of my community, and they had this workshop on art journaling. And I didn't really know what that was, but I just went. And so I haven't been able to find the exact definition that we talked about in the class, which really resonated with me. So I kind of wrote this myself. Art journaling, while scrapbooking honors the past, art journaling is about visualizing our dreams for the future. It can be a form of self-care to process feelings, visualize goals and dreams, and unleash your creativity. So just a few recommended materials. Probably the most important is some sort of a journal. It doesn't have to be anything particular, but it had been recommended to me to get sort of like a sturdy spiral bound 8x10 journal, so you have a good amount of space. So that's what I use. But then besides that, everything else is really up to you, what you have available. And so construction paper, I use a lot of that. You'll see a lot of construction paper in mine, scrapbooking paper, old magazines, tape, glue, if you want, crayons, markers, colored pencils, Sharpies, stuff like that. Stamps, stickers, glitter glue, lots of, fun things you can do. And also inspiring quotes, printed out or just, written down. And I actually, when I started art journaling, I did have a folder for extra materials. As I would go through magazines, I especially like Oprah magazines. They have a lot of great colors and sayings and stuff. So I would go through and I would pick out pictures and words that resonated with me, visions of, something about my life that I'd like to see in my future. And I didn't always know how that was going to come together on a piece of paper in my art journal. And so I would keep all the extra materials in a folder for next time. And so that can be really helpful. So I just put together some of the pages from my art journal here, just to show you really quick. I thought it'd be a little bit easier than trying to hold up my 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 art journal. As I said, this was when I started art journaling. It was a really difficult year of my life. It was also before my book existed. I was working on my book, but it didn't exist. So it's kind of amazing to go back now and see some of like how I was trying to gear myself up to actually get through finishing the book. So here are some of the pages that talked about that. Your story will be magic. And then this quote, I think this is from an Oprah magazine on the right here. I realized I can make a difference. And yeah, you can just do a lot of different things. I took some quotes here from a magazine. You are entirely up to you. Make your life, make yourself. And then I really love this image of the open road. I also here, you can see that I have a stamp that has the date. So I did date a lot of the pages, which is really fun now to like look back and be like, oh yeah. So this is May 20th, 2012. And then I manifest my determination to make all my dreams come true. And I just love this picture of this woman blowing the bubbles. So these are just kind of general quotes. I did have this one page about sleep, which I really love because I found images of sleep that made me feel peaceful and good about sleep. As a person with narcolepsy, that's not always how I feel about having to sleep, especially taking naps in the middle of the day. It feels super annoying. So I found some images where I felt like sleep looked peaceful and lovely. And so I put those here and use some, I think these are crayons to color around them and then put, sleep. I think I meant to write sleep to dream, but sleep to dreams works too. I love this one I had put together called Dream Surfer. I found this image in some sort of a art magazine. And then I added some of my own, I don't even know how I found such wonderfully matching stickers and a red butterfly here. And then just wrote Dream Surfer because that's what I felt about this image. And I just really love this page. Some of these I just kind of put together. So I didn't really have that much, I just used one picture. I think up here on the left, I was looking for a job at this point. So I put together this picture. I loved this way that this woman looked, that she was a professional and she was working, but she was also out taking photos of tulips and pretty flowers. But I just wanted to feel that confidence and feel like I could be a professional. And so I loved that photo. And then also that she was taking a picture. So, that she was capturing beauty. So I wrote that. And this one on the bottom right was very meaningful to me for some reason. I don't remember where I came up with but I think this picture, I think this is Alicia Keys. The way she was holding her heart like that, I just felt like, and she was wearing yellow. I love yellow. That picture just made me feel so happy. And so make joy. I remember writing that there, and that became a big mantra that I tried to remind myself to be like creating joy, make joy in my life. That, sometimes we think like, oh, did I have a good day or bad day based on what things happened to me? But make joy reminded me that I could try to create joy in my life. So yeah, I love that page. If you have any stamps, this is really fun to actually, I just love this picture of this strong looking woman. I don't think this is called paddleboarding maybe, but I put risk to be alive on that page. And then the background of this one is from scrapbooking paper that I really liked. This was a really fun one. I don't remember where I found this, but it's from, just some sort of an advertisement, probably. Hello, it's your wake up call. But then I found this really kind of like, I just love this. I think it's Jennifer McCarthy, maybe, but she just looks like such a badass in this picture. And so I put down scrapbooking paper, and then I put her picture down, and then I put some glitter glue around her, kind of giving her a halo, and this pretty butterfly, which was a set of stickers I had. I love butterflies, if you can't tell. So just a few more, and then I'll get back to being able to see the chat and everything. But moving forward into brightness, clearly I love the color yellow. It's very happy for me. And this woman here in this dress was just kind of like the life I'd like to be leading. She looks so happy. And I love champagne. So I had this kind of like, champagne glass celebration feeling to that one. And then in the bottom left here, I want to say this is a quote from like, be the main character in your life. It kind of a little bit reminds me of the movie, oh gosh, why am I forgetting the holiday? The holiday with, gosh, what's her name? Oh, you guys know, the one from Titanic, Kate Winslet, where she's talking about being the main character in her life and not being the girl on the side, basically, someone's life. And yeah, just some confetti. I like this picture of confetti and this woman, very empowered, doing yoga out on the beach. So, and I took this, grab the spotlight, must have been from a magazine. You can also use art journaling to, like, one of the exercises that I love doing is to say where I would like to see my life a year from now. And I actually forgot to put a page of that in this, but this one is very similar. At the time in this was 2013. So this was November 2013. I put a picture of a TEDx stage. So I actually had to print this out because this is like not from a magazine, like TEDx audience pictures, but I found a beautiful TEDx venue picture and I printed it out and put it in my art journal. And because that's something I really wanted to do back in 2013, which is crazy because it took about 10 years from then before I actually did get on the TEDx stage. 9 years, I guess, from then. This time last year is when I gave my TEDx talk finally. So it took a while, took longer than I wanted, but here it was in my art journal. I'd visualized it through this. So I just had these little sayings: brilliant opportunities. I manifest my determination to make my dreams come true. Speak out for hope. And I guess I really loved this quote. So I re-emphasized that quote in my own handwriting. Just one about running. I've always been a big runner. This was a page I did when I was preparing for a marathon. And I just thought this woman looked really strong. So I put her here and I outlined her in some crayon. I wrote the word trust because I really want to trust myself, ever onward. And, these mantras that I had written here really stayed with me as I was running the marathon and have stayed with me ever since. I wrote strong, steady, quiet, easy, even, graceful. You are stronger than you realize. Sorry. I wrote, he will help you up. He will help you up. That was my dad. Let's see, trust your training, one step at a time. You are only racing yourself. No one else matters. Just try. It doesn't matter. It will be okay. You will be okay. Nothing to prove. So anyway, yeah, some of that really helped me when I was training for a marathon. I don't know where I came up with this stuff, but it just must have been some things that I wanted to instill in myself and feel this way. One other exercise that I'll talk about is this idea of actually kind of more like venting out some angry things. And in the class I took, they recommended if you found some dark pages, like this Lady Gaga add is really dark. So, and you can use that to write over. Like I just used a black crayon and I wrote over it, and I was more like venting about bad stuff in my life that I didn't really want to like end up looking back on and really being able to read, but still going through the motions of writing it out. They also talked about you could write a page that was more like about negative stuff, and then you could put a page over it. You could then put a pretty picture over it, and then it was just kind of sealed there. But it's just sort of I still think it's kind of nice to do these things. They're like rituals sort of, or I don't know the exact word for it, but these are 2 pages where I was kind of more like venting. Oh, okay. So now I can go back and I'll be able to see any comments and let's see. Hi guys. Hey Katie. Oh, Katie, I remember when we did the I did do an art journaling session at the Narcolepsy Network conference like 10 years ago. And I was trying to actually find that all the stuff I'd had from that, and I can't find it anymore. Yes, it is very cathartic. That's the right word, Lindy Lou. I love that your art journal page is part of your Rising Voices presentation. Oh, hi, Elrica. Hi, Emma. Oh, thank you guys so much for joining. So let's get interactive. So, basically, I don't know if you guys have started going through magazines yet, but that's kind of the first step. So at least for me, it is. And again, there's no really one right way to do any of this, but I did get some old magazines from some neighbors. I got Art in America here. So I think that might be nice. And I need your hold your heart expression. It means very much to me. I love that too. So maybe you could look for pictures, Ulrika, of holding, someone doing something like that, or you could write out hold your heart on a page. I think that would be really beautiful. I think for right now, for my life, I really want, I want to know that everything's going to be okay. I want strength. I want to feel grounded and that everything will work out. Oh, we had a question from Emma. Do I ever put these on your walls as art? I do not. Visualization board is a very similar thing. I think that could be cool too. For some reason, the notebook works well for me. Although I did just show them to you guys. I don't know that I would have like 10 years ago been like taking pictures of the art journal, because it was sort of for me. But some of them are pretty, like the Dream Surfer one I really do love. So maybe I could frame something like that. There are some pages I didn't show you guys that are even a little bit more personal to me. So, oh, here's a funny one. This is just, I didn't really do too much but by November of 2013. So I must have done this in 2012. I wanted to have the nonprofit Project Sleep incorporated. And I wanted to have the nonprofit 501c3 filed. And then some sort of an FDA project. I think that was the original FDA narcolepsy patient-focused meeting that we did. And then I have follow your dreams. So this is, again, kind of like, you can write down goals any which way, but kind of making a process of it is really nice and really funny to look back on. I think the first page I ever made was in the class I took on art journaling. And I don't know, I made the page even bigger. This is a big piece of scrapbooking paper that doesn't even fit, but I could just fold it. So it says by July 23rd, 2012. So that was a year from, so I must have done this workshop in 2011. And it's really kind of funny. Sorry, it gets so emotional. This is a really tough time of my life. So I said, by July of 2012, I want to touch my book, which is funny because I didn't touch it until December of 2012, but I did eventually get it there. I want to like where I live. I want to keep up with yoga and running, keep track of my personal budget. I'm still working on that one, guys. Save for the necklace you wanted. Oh, I've always wanted a really pretty necklace like this. I actually have not done that yet. Attend a party. I don't know what that, I want to visit China Beach, which is this beautiful beach in San Francisco that I love. I want to launch your nonprofit, find security, maybe a dog. I'm still working on that one. I want to keep up with my sculpture blog and look into writing projects, finish your book, touch it, hold it, share your story. Oh, I also said I'd love to meet a man who gets it, which was my narcolepsy. And yeah, so some pictures of cute dog I hope to get. I'm still working on that one, guys. And I do love peacocks. I don't know really what that, there's no real meaning behind it, but just, yeah. And I just put this never hide, put that together. This is a picture of a flower I'd taken. And then, yeah, kind of put it all together. So that can be kind of fun to do an exercise like that, which could be your first exercise if you want. But, you know, I just start with a magazine, if you guys have any magazines, and go through and look for things that resonate with you in the life that you'd like to lead. Gosh, sorry, I'm all teary over here. So like I was saying, I think for me right now, I just want to be, my mantra recently has been, it's all going to be okay. Feel a little bit overwhelmed with things, especially supporting my mom through her experience with Parkinson's and just old life, you know, getting older. And I can feel so overwhelmed by that, and just trying to remind myself that it'll all work out, it'll all be okay. So this, you know, not finding too much in this one. I do have a fashion magazine, which should be pretty good. And if you guys don't have a magazine, that's okay. You could just start a different way with some construction paper, or you don't even need construction paper. You can just start working on a page. Here's another one, I guess. This is another year. So I didn't have too much on this one. It wasn't like I had a ton of pictures. This is another one where I printed out a TEDx stage. And I put a title I wanted to have for my TED. I did take the you know, the screen in the front, and I put "Courage is Contagious." That was a TEDx title that I wanted to do. Mine was ultimately a little different 10 years later. But you know, this was my goals, what I wanted my life to be for the next year. So that's a really fun exercise you can get started with, or you can start looking for, ooh, I like her. I've been trying to wear lipstick more. I feel like it's a kind of like a good, bold beauty thing that I like. Makes me feel confident, I guess. There you go. I do think that I would like that one page I had about sleep. I think that's another, like, something that I need to continue to remind myself. If I see any peaceful images of people sleeping, I might like to cut those out and make another page about rest. Oh, wow. Oh, Lindy Lou. Check this out. Lindy Lou makes really beautiful headbands and like it's not even the right word for it. But this lady is wearing a headband of all these beautiful butterflies. It's pretty cool. I think she's living the dream. I like her. I also actually really like pigtails. So I think I'm gonna cut her out. I'm not sure where she'll go. So yeah, do you guys let me know what you're doing, write in the comments. What kind of mantras you're thinking about. What kind of goals, you know, for where you are in your life. Love the butterflies. Yeah, me too. Lindy Lou, I've gotten rid of my magazine collection, but I'm going to my mom's tonight and she has some. I had a file of clippings and quotes that I would keep. I just need to find it. Yeah. I had to ask my neighbors if they had any old magazines. I love my building. We're all like on a group text together. And last night I was like, oh, does anyone have any old magazines? So. But you don't have to use old magazines either. You could start with a quote or a page about, where you'd like to see yourself in a year. I just like it because it's kind of new energy, I think. Like when you see a picture of someone that has a sense of confidence or something, that just brings new energy to my life. Ulrika says, I write down your quotes. And we'll start every page with one of your quotes. Oh, yeah. I'm glad that's inspiring. It's and I can't wait to see yours. Well, I'd love to see yours, Ulrika, since you're so artistic. Esperanza, I just found to calm and need to manage my stress better. Ooh, that's a great one. I love that. Managing stress. Ooh, this is kind of nice. Women who lead the way. I think I'll cut out this part. I don't need them, but women leadership. Yeah. Oh, nice. I got one of my neighbors gave me a Billboard magazine. So I got women in music here. Pretty confident looking people. Ooh, believe. I like that big believe. Let's cut that out. Yeah. Just sometimes like trusting and believing and just letting things work themselves out. That's where I'm at a little bit. Oh, Emma had volunteer with Project Sleep on your first visualization board. I guess that worked out pretty well. Oh, that's awesome. Emma is volunteer extraordinaire, board member of Project Sleep, obviously the host of the Sleep Apnea Stories podcast, which is an amazing podcast, amazing storyteller. She's gearing up for a big presentation next week. Don't want to make her nervous or on the spot, but pretty cool stuff. Ooh, so on this page, I found there's like it's blah, 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 but to be powerful, just really, that really, whatever about the other stuff, but I might just cut that out. So you can use scissors if you want. One thing that they did talk about in the workshop was not using scissors and like, oh my gosh, like, for some people that are really precise, that maybe it can be good to just kind of not use scissors and be less precise. To be powerful. I like that. All right. Well, I have a few things. So I think I'm going to start a new page. It's been a while, got to be honest. Em and I were trying to think about interactive things for the sleep in. And so I was like, hey, the art journaling, I haven't done that in so long since that, since like 2014, but it was so meaningful to me. So I feel like this is the inspiration to go back and get back to it. So I'm just going to find a new page. Oh, this is kind of a funny one, because I was looking for a job. And so I think even back in 2013 or 14, I thought, oh, working from home looks nice. So there she is on her little laptop, which is pretty much like my life now. Yeah. So I'm going to find a new page. Oh, yeah, I have some about being calm. When you're talking about reducing stress, there was one I had that I really liked about that. Now I can't find it. Oh, well. Definitely was like wanted to like find a partner and like this couple look really happy at their fancy ass pool. And then I love having people over for dinner and parties. So I love that image of thinking like, oh, maybe someday I'll be having people over like that. I don't know. I do have a lot of parties in my Melrose Place building here. We love the work from home life. True. Work from wherever. Work from home, work from Costa Rica, wherever. All right. So I think, well, none of my pictures really go with my theme that I want, which is it's all going to be okay. Ooh. This one says bright side. I don't know about the picture, but I like the bright side. I could stand to look at the bright side a little bit more. I think that's what I'll go. I'm going to go with this bright side. I've been trying to, I'm a worrywart by nature, I think. And my inclination is to think of all the things that could go wrong, which can come in handy sometimes, but not all the time. And my inclination to see the worst case scenario is not always that helpful. So I've been trying to release a little bit of that recently. So I think I'll make one about thinking more about the bright side. It is actually like, honestly, it's kind of problematic for me because like I was just at a big tennis tournament, Indian Wells last weekend. And the way that my brain works is, oh, we could move to court 2 to see that match, but it's probably going to be really busy because it's a popular player. And so everyone else is already going to be there and it's going to be too crowded and there won't be seats for us. Okay, that's a possibility, sure. But there's also a possibility that there could be seats and that it's not overcrowded. And maybe who I think is the most popular player, not everyone thinks of as the best player like I do. And just so that's like how I think I can zone in on the possible bad, scenario when there's good scenario possibilities too. So that's what I'm gonna go with, the bright side. Looking for the bright side. I do love yellow, and so I think I'm gonna. Oh, Lindy Lou, the World Sleep Congress poster from Vancouver. That is a great idea. I love those posters are really pretty. I have the one from Rome that I've been thinking of framing, but I haven't. That's a good idea. So I think I'll go with a piece of yellow construction paper for this one for me. What else could I put on? I need to think about things that have to do with seeing the possible positive outcome. What else am I going to put on this page? Maybe I'll put her because I feel like she's pretty like, life can be good. Life could be whimsical. Life could be work out. So I'm just going to scotch tape my yellow page to my book here. After I started art journaling, I went to this, well, as I mentioned, I went to a workshop at my yoga studio. And then some of us that were in that workshop, we started getting together on Sundays, and we would meet at at a tea cafe in DC, and would work on our art journals together, which was really fun. Feel like we would need like a group Zoom to do that virtually together. It'd be kind of fun. Instead of me being here by myself. Lindy Lou, I just dug out my shoe boxes of cards. Oh. One's given to me and one blank. Ooh, that's a great idea. I have a lot of old cards that people have sent me that I love. Oh, that's a really wonderful idea for something to do with some of those. When they have nice sayings on a card. Be really good reuse. Upcycling is our favorite word at Project Sleep. How can we upcycle things? Let's see. Jenny says, I hear you about trying to keep positive outlook. It's crazy how we can psych ourselves out from new experiences. It takes a lot of energy to stay open to new experiences. That is so true. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I do think like the way that my brain works to just see oh, I have quotes from tea bags. The roomy ones are always, oh yeah. Yes, they are very inspiring tea bag quotes. I love those too. And I'm wondering, Jenny, what your favorite kind of tea is, because tea is amazing. Yeah, there's just so many good little things that you could add to an art journal. Give these little things a place. Emma, watching other people art journal is really relaxing. I'm glad. That's good. That's good. Oh, Jenny loves Irish breakfast or a solid black tea. Oh, so you're really a black tea kind of person. I very much admire that. My mom loves black tea. I grew up with her, love of black tea, and I just couldn't really get behind it ever. So I'm like totally the herbal throat coat is my favorite, and mint tea, peppermint teas, and also ginger lemon or ginger turmeric. Those are my go-to. Emma, peppermint tea all the way. So a few days ago, I guess it was, I landed in Washington, D.C. for our advocacy day with the Sleep Research Society and Project Sleep. We had an advocacy day on Capitol Hill, and the plane landing into DC was so windy. It was one of the worst descents I've ever experienced. And I was in the back of the plane, so everything felt like, the back of the bus. Like, it was terrible. And I texted Emma as soon as as soon as we landed, and said how sick I felt, and she recommended peppermint tea. So I got to my hotel and I made tea, and it was the perfect thing to calm me down and to feel better. So yeah, tea is the best. I always travel with some of my favorites because you never know what the hotel's going to have. All right, so I think I'll add her. I have bright side, so I'll just kind of put it there. I'm not really being all that thoughtful since I'm, talking to you guys and doing this at the same time. But actually, I think where are my crayons? You guys have stamps too. Stamps can be really fun. Oh, this is my art supply. Maybe I think my sister might have gotten me this. Nap Queen with a sloth on it. This is my wonderful art supply box. My pencils. I really do love crayons. Crayons are underrated, guys. If you don't have crayons, you should invest in some new crayons. I think they're really nice for art journaling. Yeah, I don't know if it's the chronic disease experience that, or it's just human nature, but there is something about like feeling like uh I should be scanning for things that could go wrong, or this couldn't work out, or what should I be worried about? Um I guess it's human nature. Maybe we won't blame that on chronic illness life, but um or maybe it's stimulants. Or maybe I'll blame my stimulants. uh Bright side. So yeah, like what are you guys looking for in your life too? Like what is it? Strength, creativity, getting things done, getting a new job, finding a new partner, hosting more parties, taking chances, being the main character in your life. Oh, smelly crayons, your aromatherapy crayons. Wow, that's cool. Hmm. I wonder if I should try to just kind of tear. Hmm. All right. So I got her. I put her. I think she's pretty positive seeming on my bright side page. And then I think above the word bright side, I'm going to say like something like see the bright side or consider the bright side. I'm not really sure, but I feel like I'm gonna use a Sharpie to like write something above it to make it more of like a saying. Uh consider the bright side. It just sounds so too formal. See the bright side. Imagine. Hmm. Hmm. Find the bright side. Thank you, Jenny. Oh man, you guys are amazing. Let's see, Jenny says, I'm in a soul searching journey. Uh, for where I want to be and what I want to be doing as I look for a new job. My school is closing in June. Oh, and I'm trying to figure out next steps. My theme is listen for your calling. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that mantra. This is bright side. Oh yeah, that song. There's this, that's like, isn't that a song? There's a song. Keep the bright side in mind. I like find the bright side. That's gonna staying open for your calling. I think that's listen for your calling. Yeah, that's really man, we got to hear back. Maybe next sleep in, Jenny. We got to hear how things work out. I know that yesterday, Diane Macedo and I had a conversation about how our journeys were never really what we expected. That, you know, both kind of felt like we started in different places and things kind of meandered, our paths meandered to where they are now. So I guess that's kind of life. We're always evolving. Um, and I know for me, like being like having my work connected to my heart in some way is really helpful. Um, Even before I had the opportunity to work for Project Sleep, um, I worked at City of Hope and Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. So doing really cool work for other nonprofits that were focused on cancer research and support services for people living with cancer and their loved ones. So yeah, that kind of work helped keep me awake as best I could. You guys have anything else going on this weekend with the sleep in? The event last night was so amazing with Emma and Rochelle and Trey and oh God, I'm gonna have to try to remember everyone's name. Gary and oh shoot, I won't remember everyone's name, but that was a really cool event. If you guys didn't see it, the video is on our Instagram. Worst day, best day. Really, really moving. I love storytelling so much. I could listen to people's stories all day. My work is connected to my heart. Oh, I'm amazing with quotes. Thank you. I don't know. I don't feel very well spoken, to be honest. I think of myself as a better writer than the way I speak, especially off the cuff like this. If I prepare presentations, I feel better about that. I've like planned very carefully what I'm going to say, but not this. All right. So I actually put find your bright side. Like for me, like find my bright side. Um, and then I have her. I mean, I don't know if I'm just like such a creature of habit, of how I like to do things, but I think I'm gonna probably put some glitter glue around her. I mean, glitter is very positive though. So I think that would be a positive addition to my positive page is to outline her in some glitter glue. Which I have here, some nice glitter glue. And actually I have some little, these little things. I think these might be nice to add some bling bling to this page. I'm trying to think if there's anything else big I should add. I have this section here. I could find like another nice quote or, oh yeah, all right. Rachel's using glitter gel glitter pens. Yeah. Yeah, glitter rocks. I'd love to see your pages. If you guys are willing to share, if you created anything today, if you want to share it on the Instagram, on your stories or whatever, we'd love to see. So tag me, tag Project Sleep so we can see them. That'd be really fun. You don't have to share if you don't want to. Like I said, it can be just for you. But here we go, some glitter glue. Ooh. Oh man, I love glitter. This will take a while to dry, of course. That's all right. So I just got to think if there's anything else I want on this page. And maybe it's good for now, and I could always come back if I find another quote or another mantra that speaks to me on this topic. Yeah, nothing has to ever feel completely finished. It's probably the perfectionist kind of feeling like I got to have it all finished and perfect. No, it doesn't have to be. And actually, it is interesting about this notebook. Some pages are kind of like half done, and that's okay. Jenny, I wonder if you found any images of like, people doing things that speak to you or your calling. I'm so grateful for you guys. This community is just amazing. Uh, thank you guys for hanging out with me and all your support and all that you guys are doing. It's so special. Who knew we would end up with like this long distance family? But all your positive energy is such a, really a major source of joy in my life. And some of us have never even met in person. But we can have a great impact on each other in such a good way. It's pretty cool. This is peaceful. I know. All right. I put some, she's got some glitter now. I really think next time we do this, we're going to have to do it in a group Zoom so that we can share and chit chat and drink tea together and cheers long distance. Sounds fun. And it would keep me accountable to my art journal so it doesn't go another 10 years without me using it. Oh yeah, this is the, if you guys have any of these, I bought some of these on super sale. Sometimes you can go to like Michael's or something and get these. I guess the only page I have left is this quote one, because I don't know, hasn't really been speaking to me, but this originally had a lot of fun pages that I used for different things. Let's see. Jenny says, just pulling some quotes from magazines, but choices are limitless, I think, or limits. Running Mag, limited. Running Magazine, Historical New England Magazine, and an outdoor magazine. I just cut one out. No cowboys, no crowds, no finish line, just soul. Oh, I love that. That's nice. That's got to be from your running magazine, I bet. Oh, yeah, I know. I was a little bit worried last night because I really like an Oprah magazine is a great one for this exercise. And also, more like lifestyle or travel magazines can be really nice. So, but my neighbors did have a few, magazines. So I'm working with what I got. But, you can always, like I said, save a folder of things that speak to you, and you never know if maybe they'll speak to you later. Oh, I know what else I could do for a page. Yeah. I'm really, as you know, really into storytelling, and increasingly interested in like film and TV as like a vehicle to raise more accurate awareness for narcolepsy. And I feel like maybe I should do a page about seeing narcolepsy accurately portrayed in film. I feel like that could be a really cool page for this. I'd have to find some pictures of like a movie theater maybe, or like a film camera or something. But that's definitely a big goal of mine to see in the future. And hopefully, sort of be involved in a production where they're creating more accurate perceptions of narcolepsy. That would be a really good page. Oh, Rachel found an REI pamphlet that has do what you love and possibilities. Oh, I love that. That is awesome. REI. Our staff is a big fan of REI. Um, I am just learning that they have really wonderful athleisure wear and other great stuff. I'm not a camper by nature, so I thought like REI was like a camping store, but it turns out there's more at REI. More good stuff. I would like to get out more, and that would be another good page. I would like to see more of California. Like there's all these beautiful parks and stuff. Like I've never been to Joshua Tree, um, Big Sur. There's just like a ton of beautiful places around that I haven't been to yet. So that could be a good page too, is like getting into nature more in California. Added some more bling to my page. Still have this spot though. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do there. Maybe I'll look through the. Wow, she's fierce. I'm gonna cut her out. She's just fierce. She doesn't belong on this page, but I like her fierce vibe. Yeah, fierce image is good. Oh, Jenny, Maine. Lots of nature, outdoors places to explore. Keeps you sane when you get stuck in your head or need to leave your apartment. Yes. Oh, yeah. Maine's really nice. You know, feel like I am a New Englander at heart, but there's so much beautiful stuff around here too. I need to get out there. All right, not too much more happening in Billboard. I really love Lindy Lou, your idea about the greeting cards. I think I might dig out some greeting cards and look for nice things. Always such pretty images. Ooh, the world becomes your stage. Seems pretty cool. This is, I guess, an Amex ad, but we can cut out that. Just the world becomes your stage. That's nice. Hmm. I don't like this image. It's kind of a weird situation here. I was thinking maybe I could put like a positive sign in her eye or in this person's eye or something, like see the positive. I don't know. Maybe not. It's a little weird. Lindy Lou, I've always been afraid of the cold. Lindy Lou, my challenge this summer is more open water swimming. I've been afraid the cold water would trigger cataplexy. Oh, wow. Okay. I wonder. So I always think of like when I get too warm, is my cataplexy often onsets with not warm water, but just like being warm in general, or switching temperatures. Definitely switching temperatures. So I could see that. But Lindy Lou is a great swimmer. Well, I wish I could see your pages, guys. 'Cause we're definitely next time going to do more of a group thing and like a, Zoom where we can do this together and see each other's stuff. But for now, this is a fun start, hopefully. I hope you guys maybe finish the page. Maybe a page about where you want to be in by next year. I'm going to write down a few pages that I want to make because we were just talking about them. I don't want to forget them. So I think I'll just take another page and write down some of the other ideas that you guys helped me brainstorm. I'm going to make a page about narcolepsy in Hollywood or movies. And a page about getting into nature. Yeah, hey Rachel. Those are the two I mentioned. Can't remember if there's any others, but I just wrote them down so I can work on those. Oh, I just got glitter glue all over my pants. The dangers of trying to do too many things at once. I mean, I'm sure it's washable. I think it's okay. I'll survive, but darn, that was silly of me. Glitter glue pants. Oh, well. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining today. This has been really fun. And I hope that you learned about art journaling a little bit and that you're inspired to make some pages. Courage is contagious. Yeah, I love that. I'd still love to give a TEDx talk on that someday. I love that concept. Esperanza, part of the experience. Yeah, I guess so. I guess the glitter glue on the pants. Jeez. Oh, well. So I hope you guys have a good rest of the sleep in and that you'll continue working on your art journal and share what you are putting together on Instagram. Tag me, tag Project Sleep. Those few slides I put together with some of that information, I'll try to put that on our Instagram as well, on our stories, in case you want to screenshot any of that information. But it's the basics. It's just do whatever you want with it, but just think of it as a place to, instead of looking back on life, but like looking towards the future that you want to create. I guess I did mean to say too, like if you want to try to use it to think about like your actual dreams and like putting anything together about the dreams you experience, that could be interesting too. There's possibilities are endless. So thank you so much for joining us. And please join us on Instagram tonight. We'll have Stacy of CPAP Babes talk about self-advocacy. Stacy is an amazing person. She's been through a lot, and I think of her as like a professor of how to get through red tape, how to deal with the challenges of advocating for yourself and your needs. So yeah, please join us for that. Oh, thank you guys for tuning in. It's so nice to spend this time. And next time we do it, we'll do it as a group Zoom so we can see each other. And so we can cheers our tea and our coffee and chat more. All right. We'll see you hopefully tonight. And then tomorrow morning, please join us for light stretching with Dr. Jenny Talbert. She's put together a really cool program, very specific to people with sleep disorders. So you definitely will not want to miss that. And then last Sunday night, I'm going to have an interview with Dr. Robert Turner, who's a really incredible researcher that we're working with now to better understand Black Americans' perspectives on sleep disorders, so that we can better message to communities that are currently not getting diagnosed and treatment. So yeah, we're really excited for that. So keep enjoying the sleep in and all the restivities, and I'll see you again later. Bye for now.